everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. I'm super excited about today's project. Today we are going to be using egg cartons and turning them into little mermaids. And we have a little mermaid, actually. We have a mermaid on the first floor, down in the aquarium where the fish swim. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to start this right now. You're going to need egg carton. You're going to need some paints and a paintbrush. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need some markers. And you're also going to need a paper plate. This is for the body of your mermaid. And then so also you want to have something to cover your table because you do not want to get paint on your table. These aside right here. All right. So the first thing you're going to want is your egg cartons. I think they posted on there online what all supplies you need to have, but I'll try to wait a couple of seconds till some more people get in before I start. So once again, what you're going to need if you're just joining, you're going to need an egg carton, markers, paint, a paintbrush, scissors, and a paper plate. Oh, and hot glue and a hot glue gun. I'm glad I looked over and saw that. And then once you have all those things, we're gonna start. So the first thing to do is to take your egg carton, and hopefully you have one, pardon me, that is paper. But if you have one of the styrofoam ones, that would probably work too. But you're going to take your egg carton and you're going to cut it into pieces. So I already used part of this for this one, but I had this one extra, so I'm going to use that too. You might need an extra paper plate for the tail. Maybe. All right. So I'm going to start cutting. I'm just going to start cutting my egg cartons right down the middle there. And just keep cutting them. So you get them all cut. If you did the project yesterday, your scissors should be extra sharp today since we had to cut aluminum foil yesterday, right? Okay, now the next step is with these, you want to round them off. So see how I rounded them off and kind of put them to like a little chevron or a little point? It's kind of what you want to do. This is what it looks like from the side. And this is what it looks like from the back. So I'm just going to start kind of cutting my carton to make it look like a little point on one side. You don't want to cut too much off. You kind of want to make it look like scales, right? And then I'm going to pull this over here because I have a trash bag so I can keep my area clean. All right. Turn this away. All right, and then just move on. You want to make it kind of flat. You don't want to cut too much off, but if it's sticking up too far, just kind of cut it so it makes it a little more flat, right? All right. Hello, everybody just joining. So today we're making these little mermaids out of egg cartons. All right. And then next, just move on and just keep shaping your egg carton that you cut. So you're just going to shape it into like a little point or kind of like a little scale looking thing. Keep your area clean. Okay. This is such a fun project. I like this one a lot. And I'm going to kind of round that off a little bit. And then on to the next. So you should have 6. You should have 6 of these. You could make it bigger if you wanted. If you want to use the whole egg carton and make her tail super huge, you could do that too. That's up to you. But I only had the 6 because I only had 1 egg carton. All right, and then I'm just going to cut some of this extra off, and then I'll show you what they look like once I got it cut a little more. Okay. cut, the next step is to cut out your tail. Now, remember how I told you to get an extra paper plate? I have wax paper down, so I don't have to worry about painting on my paper plate, because if you don't have wax paper, you can use a plate to put your stuff on and paint. But so now I'm just going to cut a tail. So I'm just going to kind of make like a little, I guess I could use this. That would be kind of cool, right? I didn't even think about that. I used it for the top. See, I used that part for the top. The little scallops. So I think I'll just use this for the tail because that's super cute. And I got to measure how big my tail should be. So that's too big to fit in there. So I'm going to have to shorten it a little bit. So I'm just going to fold it up a second. And I'm going to cut at an angle so that it makes the tail smaller. I might even have to do it more. We'll see. I don't like this tail as much as I do the other one, but I didn't have another egg carton, so I have to do what I got to do. All right, and then once you have your tail cut, okay, you're going to cut in the middle, like a triangle, see that? And just cut that off. And that makes it look more tail-like, right? Right. All right, and then kind of just round it off if you want. However, add some little character to your tail. There we go. Now that's my tail. All right, and the next step is to draw the body. Before we start painting, I figure we might as well draw all these things, right? So set your eggs aside, your egg cartons aside, and your tail, and then we're going to draw the body. I didn't grab my, oh, where's my pencil? Here's my pencil. Okay, so you're going to draw the body. I'm going to show you how to do that, all right? So the first things first, you're going to draw almost a whole oval. Not quite a whole oval. Almost, though. And this is the head. So you want to draw like that. One of those. Kind of looks like a Q-tip, like the top of a Q-tip, right? Right. Then you're going to take a line and you're going to go up like that. This is part of the arm. Then you're going to do it on the other side. Make it the same length that you did on the other side. So it looks like this. All right. Then once you have that, you're going to go up. So this is like the bend of her arm, right? Like that. And then you're going to bring it around this. And then you're going to do that to the other side. Then once you have that, you're going to bring it down to follow the other one, but you're going to kind of make it a little bigger, right? So I'll show you what I mean. See that? Instead of going straight like that, you're going to do it at a little angle. All right? And then you're going to kind of give it a little figure if you want. You don't have to, but if you want, you could give it whatever figure you want. Okay? So this is my mermaid. So that's how you want to do it. Just draw the body on it with kind of a little wavy line. All right. Then once you have that, you're gonna draw the hair. So you got to figure out what kind of hair you want. Okay. So I'm just gonna draw like a little S-y wavy line, right? And then bring it down, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I drew the hair. Kind of looks like a wavy teardrop, right? And then that's my mermaid hair. If I want to make it a little longer, I can make it a little longer, which I think I'm going to do. Make it a little longer. All right. Now that I have that drawn and we have that drawn, our next step is to paint our cartons, all right? So bring these back over here along with the tail. Set this aside, because you don't need that yet. I'm gonna color with marker on this. So I'm gonna do her with marker. If you don't have marker, you could paint her. It just takes kind of longer to do things when you have all these things you have to paint. All right, next step. Next step is to paint. Now, your colors that you chose, I chose pinks because I did the green and blue, and so I wanted a little different color for her. So I chose pinks this time, and I chose 3 to 4 different colors. I think I might wind up using this for the hair and the tail, and using these for the eggs. Now, reason why I say only 3 is because you have 6 eggs, and you can mix white to make different shades of each of those colors, right? So that's how I'm going to do it. Also, you're going to want to add water to the white, okay? And the reason I say we're adding water to the white is because my paint is super thick. I don't know how yours is, but mine is extremely thick. And I need to add some water to it to water it down, because I want this to kind of look like, if you have watercolor, that's great. Use the watercolor just how it is. But for mine, I have acrylic paint, and so I want to water the acrylic paint down a lot to make it look more pastel-y and to make it look kind of like it's watercolor, right? So I'm gonna take the water and I'm just gonna dip in my water container, and I'm gonna add the water to my white, right? So I'm just gonna start adding water to my white, the water I already had prepared. And remember, if you join me for any of my other projects, when you're mixing paint, you never want to mix with the brush itself. You always want to mix with the end of something, maybe a popsicle stick, or if you have a paint mixer, that'd be great. Or the end of a paintbrush, but you never really want to use the brush part of it, because when you're mixing colors, what happens is the brush picks up different colors of paint, and then it doesn't really mix it too well. So it's best if you use the tip of your paintbrush or something else that you might have. So now I'm going to mix my white up, and I have the end of a paintbrush that I'm going to use. And I'm going to mix that water with the white. This just makes it a little easier when I'm mixing it with the other colors. Also, I'm going to want to add water to my other colors that I have as well. So mix, making a mess. See, I'm glad that I put this down. Right. There we go. Okay. That's pretty watered down now. And then I want to add water to my colors, right? So that, and then I'm going to do that next. I'm going to add water to my colors, because I want those watered down nice and watery, because I want it to look more like watercolor. Now, I have watercolor, but I thought it would be nice to show people how to make them look like kind of like faux watercolor with acrylic. You could do this too. Only difference is when it's the acrylic and you're turning it into kind of watercolor. It's not actually, but I mean, it kind of gives it that effect. It dries a lot quicker than watercolor does, and it doesn't really have the effects like the transparentness that watercolor does. But I mean, if you don't have watercolor and you kind of want a watercolor effect, this works great. So now I'm going to mix all these in so that my paints are nice and mixed. Try not to spill, because I often do. And this is great because then you can just mix the white in with it when you've got all these colors painted, and then it will make it a lighter color. So you'll have 3 colors that'll be different because you'll add the white, right? All right, so here we go. We'll wipe that off. And wipe this one off, or mix this one. I promise we're getting there. All right. Okay, that one's pretty mixed. Not the greatest, but it'll work. And then one more, this pink over here. These are going to be so cute. I can't wait till this is done. I love the little blue and green one I did. That looks very ocean-like. I could see me living at a beach and having this hanging on my porch or something. Of course, you'd have to like cover it with like a spray paint or something, a clear coat, so it wouldn't damage on you. But it'd be really cute. Okay, now that I have these nice and watered down, the next step is to paint your egg cartons. So you're just going to start painting them and set them aside when you're done. So I'm going to start with this pretty pink. This one's not as watered down as it should be. Oh, okay. And remember, every time you paint with acrylics, you always get one shade darker than what you were going for, because acrylics always dries one shade darker. That's why I also like to add the water to it, because acrylics, you know, you don't want it to be too dark. You want it to look, give it that pastel-y, ocean-y vibe, right? But you can paint it whatever color you want. I almost did a purple one. I thought purple would be really cute too. But you want like different shades of a color, so different shades of pink, different shades of purple, different shades of blue, different shades of green. So it stays all in the same color palette, right? Oops. And because that wasn't very painty, I got none on my clothes, so I'm lucky about that. All right. Sometimes my hands don't want to work. Okay, one. Then move on to the next, and you know what? You really don't have to clean off your brush because, I mean, you're using different shades anyway, right? So on to the next. I love this pink. This pink is called Persian Red. I think it is so pretty. It's more of a red color, but it looks pink to me. My husband always says that's how it is. That's how it feels to be colorblind, because he's red-green colorblind, and so the shades that I see is not the shades that he sees, and sometimes it's hard to decipher between colors. Okay. All right, here. Oh, this one's so pretty. And if you look, it's kind of a different shade. Maybe a little. I might have to paint a little more onto that. But I do like that. And I kind of don't want the carton to show through, though. That's the only thing. And it looks like my carton is trying to show through. Now, I'm mixing this with the brush because I don't have another color in it just yet. Oh, I think it is too. I think it's a great shade. Okay. All right, on to the next. Next is I'm going to do a peachy color. And because I'm doing a peachy color, I kind of rinse my brush off because I don't want to mix them. And then just start brushing it on. See that watercolor effect it's giving it? Can you see that? Okay. I would imagine if you have the styrofoam cartons, you could probably not even have to water down as much, and it would probably be just fine. Okay, now I have the peach one done. I might have to go over that one again. We'll see. All right, now that I have those, now I want to start adding... Hi, Lindsay. Now I want to start adding the white to the colors that I have. So remember what I said about mixing. So I'm going to pick up with the end of the brush, right? And add it to my color there. I want it to be super light, so that's how I'm going to do that one. And kind of wipe it off a little bit. Do it again. Add some white to the other colors. Right. Looks like a beautiful soupy mess. And then the peach, I want to add white to the peach, right? Watery white to the peach. Okay, and then mix it with your end of your brush or a mixer if you have one. Mixy, mixy. I think I might need more white in that one. Add some more white to this one. Okay, clean it off. Oh, thanks! I really actually like the tangerine orange color, but I'm doing all right with the red. I think, though, I might actually want to do the tangerine eventually. Okay, and then I'm going to mix again. Yeah, I like that color. Okay, and then next, mix the others. Oh, these are such pretty colors. Very tropical looking. And then I'm going to add more white to this peach because I'm not happy with the color it is, because remember, it's going to dry darker. And I want the peach to be this beautiful, light, airy, springy, summery color. Yeah, I did too. Okay. All right. Okay, now that I got that, next step is to paint it. So I'm just going to leave that there, grab my paintbrush, and move on to the next carton. If you get it on your hands, that's okay. That's what City Museum is about, getting messy in Art City. I'm starting to miss seeing all my regulars that come in to see me. Right, and then the next color. Now when you're doing this, what you want to do is you want to, when you're stacking these and hot gluing them, because it's going to take a bit for it to dry, but when you're stacking and hot gluing these, you want to make sure that they're dry before you do it. But you also want your colors, I didn't do a gradient because I thought it'd be neat if I did different colors, but you could do it like, light to dark or dark to light. Oh, that's great. That'd be great if you would do one. Just go through and pick one. All right, and then my last but not least color is going to be the peach, and I can't wait to see how that one turns out. These all look relatively the same shade, but I think it'll be all right. All right, and then just start painting. Oh, this is so great. Oh, I love this color. It's like an opaque peach. And I hope everybody is having fun doing this project also. See, when I do these, I really don't care if my hands get all dirty because I'm a painter. So to me, it's just like, whatever. All right. So that one's done. Oh, these are so cute. And then you want to paint your tail. So figure out what color you want your tail. Remember I said I wanted to do mine that hot pink. But I am going to mix some of the hot pink with the other pink because I don't want it super extremely bright. So I'm just going to kind of put some of that really bright, pretty pink in there. And then I'm going to add a different. Okay. So let's see here. And what's going to happen is this is going to look like a strawberry pinky color. It's going to be so pretty. All right. Oh, yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so this is the color I'm going to paint the tail. I'm going to paint my tail pink. Also, how do I want... Okay, yeah. All right, there we go. So just paint away. Oh, this turned out so great. What a good pink. I should have done that on one of the shells. Okay. And then you're going to set that aside so it can dry while we color our mermaid body, right? Okay. Set that aside. And then I'm going to set my paint aside because I'm done with that now. Set those aside. Wipe these off. Okay, next is the body. So now you're going to take the body and you're going to take, while these dry, and you're going to take some marker. So I already picked out some markers. I'm going to do green and blue, all right? So, I think I will, let me see what color it is. That's pretty dark. Let's see what color this green is. That's pretty dark also. I think I will give it a green hair, because I think the hair would be pretty green. So I'm going to do a green hair. So color your hair. All right. Some pretty green hair. Because, I mean, that looks like seaweed, right? Kind of. Alright, so now my hair is done. Okay, and then for the body, and I guess, you know what? I guess, maybe I'll do the body a lavender. Wait. No, I did that on that one. I'll do... Let me see this color blue. What's this look like? Oh, here we go. I'll do it this blue. This is a pretty blue. Right? Yeah. Okay. Light blue. That's what color I'm doing the body. Super magical. You know what? If I had some glitter, I would be glittering this up. I would put glitter in her hair. Okay. Oh, this is so great. I cannot wait to see y'all's project. I just said y'all. You'd think I'm from the South. Okay. There we go. That's done. Now that I have my body and my hair done, now you're going to cut it out. Also, let me figure out one that's almost dry. Find one that's dry because we're going to have to cut a slit in this. So you want to figure out which one you want to use for the top of your body, this part, because we got to put like a hole in there. I forgot about that. A hole. All right, so cut this out. Set that aside. I'm done with that. I'm going to save one of these because I'm using one of these things for her bodice. Okay, so you might want to save that so you can make it look like a little shell design or whatever. So I'm going to cut that off and I'm going to save that, put that aside, and then just keep cutting, cut out your little person, your little mermaid. Okay. Okay. And just be easy when you're cutting around the head that you don't cut the head off, all right? Okay, there's that part. So that's what I've got so far. Almost done, almost done with the cutting of the hair. Okay, almost. I messed her hair up. Oh, I messed her hair up. Oh well, it's gonna be like that. That's how it's gonna be. Okay, and then on to the next part. Just cut her out. Make it a little easier if I do it like this. Here, trash, trash. Okay, and finishing up. Now the way that I put the hole in the egg carton was with this. I stabbed the egg carton. So if you're a kid, have your grown-up do this for you with an X-Acto knife or something that they have that's sharp that they can do, okay? I guess I'm gonna have to try it with these scissors again. I poked a hole in my table earlier when I did that, so be extremely careful, okay? I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna take this and put this here. Set that aside. What color, how do I now, what color do I want to put her in? Do I want her here? That looks really good. This one will be here. You gotta decide where you want what. These are not dry for me yet. So if you have a hair dryer and you want to dry them with a hair dryer, you can do that. I'm just trying to figure out what looks best. Here. Here. Okay, I think I'm going to do mine like this. Can you see it? All right, so I'm going to pick this one for the top. This goes here. And then the tail. Forget the tail. All right. You want to put a slit in this, so you're just going to poke a hole in it. So if you're a kid and you're doing this, have your grown-up do it for you, okay? Safety first always. So you're just going to poke a hole in there, and the scissors should make a slit in it. If they're sharp enough, they should. And if not, just stick your scissors in there and cut the rest of the way, okay? But you just want to cut on the top of it, and I'll show you what I mean. You don't want to cut too much. If you cut too much, then your mermaid won't stick in there. And you want it to stick in there, right? Okay. Right? Okay, yeah. All right, so once you have that cut, you're going to take your mermaid and you're going to stick it in that, okay? And you want to put it in, did I do it right? Oh, I did not. Now look, I messed it up, so you know what? It's okay, because I'm going to put this one down here, and I'm going to use this one, since I messed that up. When you're doing this, make sure you're doing it the slit like this way. When you're doing this, you want to remember how you cut your scale. So that's going to be in the front. And then you want to put your slit straight like this, okay? So that when your mermaid sits down there, it sits down like this, right? Like this one. All right. Because I messed that one up. So let's do it again. This time I'm going to do it right. Pay attention to what I'm doing. Sorry, people. I got ahead of myself. Poke a hole. All right, there we go. Much better. I mean, I guess she could potentially look like she's turning sideways, but I didn't want to do that. All right, so now that I have that, now I'm going to put her in here. Poke her down in there. Look at that. Ha! Okay. Pardon me. Let me take a drink. Okay, next step. My hot glue is ready. My hot glue gun is ready to go. Some of these are not dry yet, so I think maybe I should wait until they dry. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to fix some of this while I wait. Okay, and let me reorganize how I want it. This can go here, here. Okay. All right, so this one's dry, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little piece of hot glue right here. Oh, I need another glue stick. I'm not going to do anything without glue. Glue stick right here. And then just glue it on. And you want to put glue in the back too, right? And you want these even. You want your scales even how you cut them, all right? So you're going to do that. And then make sure you put a little bit of hot glue in the back too, because you want it to stick. You want it to stay. You don't want it to be wobbly, right? All right. Next. Put it on again. Put some more glue on. That's what I got so far. Wipe the extra hot glue off if you're using cold melt. Try not to burn yourself. All right. Next. It's going to be this one. Oh, I did that wrong. I want this one next. So I'm going to put her on top. So there we go. I got that so far. And I'm almost done. I'm almost done with these. Hot glue it on. Make sure your egg cartons are dry. So mine's a little drier than it was before, so I'm good to go. And kind of make it straight. If it's not straight, work with it until it gets straight, okay? And then on to the next one, which is going to be this pink. Remember what I always told you, always glue on the big piece and never the small piece, but these are the same pieces, so pretty okay to go there. This is looking great. And then your last egg carton piece. Put the glue on there and glue it on. Just that. And then you want to make sure it's secure in the back, so put some glue in the back. And all your little extra gluey things that you have going on, just pull them off. Throw them away. And then you want to do your tail. You want to put your tail on. Now, if you want to add eyes or something to your mermaid, you can. You don't have to. But I'm going to put glue on the tail. And then I'm going to hot glue the tail on, but then I'm going to bend the tail so that when it sits on your table, it looks like it's sitting there. Looks like it's sitting with the tail. Now you could also take this mermaid and you could add string to the back of it and hang it if you wanted. That'd be really cute. But I'm going to make it look like it's sitting because I think that looks adorable. All right. Then once you have that done, then the next step is your bodice on the top part. So then you're going to take that little piece that I told you to cut for that. And then you're going to measure your little person, figure out where you want it. I want this one a little smaller. I had it too long. Still yet. And then I'm going to cut some off, figure out how big I need it. Okay. Just measure it and then fix it. See what I got so far. Nope, still too long. All right, I like that. That's extremely cute. So then this is what you're going to have, right? And now you're going to take your markers, since you have that cut, and you're going to decorate the bodice however you want. So this is how I did my other one. I did it with like seaweedy looking things. This time I think I'm going to try to use a black, like black polka dots. And, because I think black would really stand out on it. And maybe just leave it white because I think that's cute. So I'm just going to do some black polka dots or whatever on it. Then you want to like cut a little middle part, like a little angle in it. I'll show you what I mean by that. So it looks like, so it looks like the top of it. And I'll draw it and I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm going to accentuate the top and then I'll show you what I did. All right, now I'm going to show you. So I did it like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut that little notch in the middle to make it look like a little, you know. So I'm just going to cut that and then I'll show you what I mean. And then I'm going to go back over it with marker. Kind of like the little fishtail, but not really. That's what I did. And then you're going to glue that onto the body. So you're just gonna glue it on like this. Oh, I was so right. That polka dots looks so good with that blue. Oh, so cute. Okay, and then you're just gonna put hot glue either on the body or the bodice. I'm gonna put it on this so I can get it just perfect. Well, isn't that just so cute? And then guess what? You have like such a cute little mermaid that you made. And this is what mine turned out like. And then I have this one. So we have these two that we did today. And I want to thank all of you for joining us. If you just joined in the middle of it, you can catch it on citymuseum.org or our City Museum Facebook page. This is the little mermaids that we did today. And join me tomorrow where I will have another project going on. And I believe, yeah, at 11 o'clock. So thanks for joining me, and come back and see me tomorrow at 11.